Hello everyone, welcome to Skills Build Training YouTube channel. Myself Mohammad Zubair, and this channel is all about showing you how to become an IT pro really fast. So the topic of today's video is how to create a Jenkins pipeline with an example. So without any further ado, let's get started. There have been multiple Jenkins pipeline releases including Jenkins Build Flow, Jenkins Build Pipeline plugin, Jenkins Workflow, etc. And if we talk about the key features of these plugins, they use to represent multiple Jenkins jobs as one pipeline, and these jobs used to trigger each other in a specific sequence. In those plugins, or you can say in those features, we had to allocate resources manually and we have to arrange the jobs manually. Now let's see what is Jenkins pipeline. Well, Jenkins is a single platform which runs the entire pipeline as code. Let's say you have 5 jobs in your pipeline. So instead of creating the 5 jobs manually and linking them with each other and then assigning them the processes, we can just code these jobs and run them on the pipeline. And that code is stored in a text file which is known as Jenkins File. And we can have that file in the version control system so the developer can access that file and can make changes as they make changes in the code in real time. So because of Jenkins, we do not have to do anything manually. Everything will be done automatically. So we are done with the Jenkins pipeline. Now let's see what is a Jenkins file. Well, it is a file that stores the pipeline as code. It can be stored in source control management or even in a version control management. And because of that, as we can store it in source control management or version control management, developers can access this file anytime to edit, and they can check the code anytime from this file as it is available to them locally. Well, it is written in two syntax: declarative pipeline and scripted pipeline. Now let's have the pipeline concepts. Well, pipeline concepts are just like the syntax of any programming language where we have variables, structures, algorithms and different other things. So obviously pipeline also need a syntax to write your scripts to automate your things. So I will talk about all of them one by one. First one we have is pipeline itself. It is a user-defined block in which we have all the stages, and it is a key part of declarative pipeline syntax. It is just like declaring an HTML tag in your HTML file which covers your whole document. After that we have a node. It is just like a machine which executes the entire workflow, means it is responsible for execution of the entire workflow of your pipeline. Then comes the agent. It instructs the Jenkins to allocate an executor for build. As we have a different build, it can be defined for entire pipeline or a specific stage. Further, it has 4 parameters like it has any, none, label and docker. After that comes the stages. It has all the work and each stage performs a specific task. Just like we have different stages in software development lifecycle, so these stages are handled in here. For example, you have a stage of design in SDLC. So what you will do, you will create a stage in your Jenkins pipeline and you will declare it as design. For development, you will create another stage and you will name it as development, and you can do that for other software development lifecycle phases. After that we have steps. Steps are done in sequence to execute a stage. It is just like printing a message in your code. So in your stages you will have different steps to perform your different tasks. So till here we are done with all the introduction, features, how Jenkins pipeline works and the concepts, or you can say the syntax of it. Now let's create our Jenkins pipeline. To create your Jenkins pipeline, open your Jenkins portal. And this is the Jenkins portal and this is the dashboard, and it runs on localhost 8080. And 8080 is the default port, but in my case it was not running, so I have set it to 8081. Well, if you want to know that how I did it and how you can set the port for your Jenkins as well, please leave a comment below and we will have another video for that. So now to create a new pipeline job, just click on this button, or you can say a label which says a new item, and down here we have different other things like build history, manage Jenkins, my views, lockable resources, and different other things. So before going to create a new pipeline job, I want to click on this manage Jenkins and I will tell you something about it. Just click on it. So what you can do from here, you can do different settings, or you can say different tweaks with respect to your Jenkins. Like you can change system configuration, you have different tools here, you can install as Windows service, and here you have manage plugins. What you can do from here, just click on it, and here you will be able to install different plugins in your Jenkins. And here you have one update available, and here you will have all the available plugins in your Jenkins, and again you have different other options here. So that was all about managing your Jenkins. I will go back to my dashboard, and now I will click on a new item to create my new pipeline job. After that, I will name it. You can name it anything. I will name it as skills build job, and after that make sure to select pipeline option because we are creating a pipeline job. Click on it and now click on OK. From here, click on this option which says pipeline. So just click on it, and here we can define the pipeline here in pipeline from the drop down menu. First option is we can define the pipeline script, which means we can directly define pipeline script in this job definition, or we can define the pipeline outside the Jenkins like GitHub. So I'm going here with the script pipeline, so just click on it. So now what you can do, you can create the pipeline script from the scratch, or if you are not familiar with the syntax of pipeline, then the good news is we have an option here which lets us to use already made code. So I will click on it, and here it says pipeline syntax. So just click on it, and now this tool will allow us to create the code automatically. And in here we have two options. Here you can see we have snippet generator, and the second option is declarative directive generator. With snippet generator, we can define and create code for individual steps. And if you remember, when I was talking about the syntax of pipeline, I told you about the step that it is the part of stage, and steps are the individual tasks. So let's see what are the steps available to us here. So here I will click on this drop down menu and let's see what we can do. These are the different steps which we can perform, or you can say which you can choose for your code. I'm going with the echo one. Here it is. I will just click on it, and now here you just need to write the message which you want to echo. So I will write here first pipeline job, and after that just click on this button which says generate pipeline script. Just click on it, and here we have the code for our echo command. So we can use snippet generator to create the code for individual step, and we can use that code into our code file as well. But what if you want to set the structure or define the structure for the pipeline? For that purpose, we will use declarative directive generator. Well, let me explain it to you that with snippet generator we can only create individual steps, and it can be hectic sometime that we have to create every single step. So there is a way that we can rid of this hectic job, and for that just click on declarative directive generator. So here is the sample declarative directive generator. And from drop down menu we can select various directives. Like if I click on it, here we have different things which we can select for our code. I will use the stage because I want to have several stages in my pipelines. So I will just click on it, and here we have to give the name to our stage. So first stage I'm going to declare, or you can say define here, will be the build stage, because I want to have first stage for my build phase of my software development. So I will name it as build, and after that it says this stage will contain this step. So what you can do, if you click on it, here you have different options here, like you can have parallel stages in that stage which is build, or you can have sequential stages. In sequential mean First of all, this stage will run and then we will have upcoming stages, or you can have metrics. I'm going with the steps and I will leave it here. And down here, if you click on this button which says add, here you can add different other things from here. I'm okay with this one. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to click on generate declarative directory. Before that, I want to tell you about this. What it will do, it will be responsible for the build, and it can be anything, like it can be of Java, C++, PHP or any other programming language. So now I will just click on this button and here we have the code which has been made for us. And what we can do, we can just copy this code and we can use it in our file. Now I will scroll up and I will click on back here. And now I will click on configure and scroll down, and this was the file which we have created, if you remember. So what I will do, I will just paste my code here which I have just copied. And now what I am going to do here, I will copy this code and I will paste it again 2 times because I want to have 2 more stages in my pipeline. So I will just copy it and I will paste it. For second stage, I will name it as testing, and third one will be user acceptance. And let's have another stage here and I will name it as deployment. So we are done with having our different stages, and now as you can see in our steps we do not have anything. What we can do, we can add an agent here. And if you do not know that how to add a step here, just click on this which says pipeline syntax, and from here and click on this drop down menu under the sample steps. And now I want to print a message. I will click on it. I will write my message here and I will write here build stage. And after that I will click on generate pipeline script, and here is the code. I will copy it. I will go back to my file, and now under the step I will paste that code which I have just generated and copied. I will paste it here. I will paste it again under second stage, but I will change it as testing, and again I will do with the third stage, and here I will write acceptance testing stage. And for the last one, I'll do the same. I will paste it and I will change it and I will write here deployment stage. And we are done here. So before clicking on apply and saving it, we need to add some more code here. If you remember, when we were talking about the concepts of pipeline, in which I talked to you about different syntax which is used in pipeline, I told you that pipeline is the most important one, and it is just like an HTML tag which covers whole document. So we need to declare a pipeline tag here, and for that I will press enter, and now I will write here pipeline brackets, and in here agent any. I will remove this, and now I need to write stages here because we have different stages into our code. And as we have opening brackets here, we need to have closing one as well. Let me maximize this window so that we can have whole code in front of us. And now I will add the closing brackets, and here you can see it is showing us that which closing bracket belongs to which opening bracket. And now we are good. So I will just click on apply and let's see what happens. Here it says saved, and now click on save, and now click on this button or label which says build now. I will just click on it, and here you can see we do not see any error into our code, and it means our build was successful. And this is the stage view, and stage basically tells you about what happened in the pipeline build. And here we have separate stages, and if you remember, we declared 4 of them, and here we have those 4, and for each stage we can check or you can see the logs. So I will just hover over it and you can click on logs, and here we have the message which says build stage. I will just cross this one, and now let's have the logs of deployment. Just click on it, and here it says deployment stage. At the moment we did not have any error. So what I am going to do, I am going to add one error. So go to again configure, and in here I will go down and I will remove one bracket. Now apply it, and now save it, and now click on build now, and here you can see we have an error. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going again in my configuration, scroll down, and in here I will again add my bracket. Now click on apply and now click on save. But if you noticed, we had a cross sign earlier when I removed this. Mean editor was also smart enough to tell us that there is some missing thing. Now I will click on save and now I will click on build now. So there should be no error and everything should be fine. And here you can see we have tick sign, which means our build was successful. And that brings us to the end of today's video. So if I conclude my today's video, I started with the basic concept of Jenkins pipeline. Then we talked about that how it works, what are different features, what was there before Jenkins pipeline, and then we also had the syntax of it. And after that, I also gave you a demo about it. So I hope you have learned something new from today's video. And if that is the case, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon, as it will ensure that you do not miss any future videos from us. If you have something to ask, please leave a comment below. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Till the next video, take care and we will see you in another video.